DreAllDay.com.
DreAllDay.com. Hope y'all can hear me all right. I ain't got no mic on here. It's early in the morning. Just out here with the still calm of the waters, which is very calming, I think, for anybody. But I wanted to give y'all a message here that I was thinking about, because I read that there was some incident. It doesn't even matter what it was, because there's always something new, right? Some incident had happened where somebody said something, people got upset about it, people trying to take that person's head off for saying something and attacking and destroy him and cancel him and get him fired and all this stuff. And one of the things that I thought about was, how all of us, when some incident, one thing happens and there's this big thing, you go from here to here or here to here, that big jump, and people get excited. And excitement doesn't have to be happy. Anger is excitement. Frustration is excitement. So any kind of burst of energy is excitement when I use that word. People get excited and they want to do this and they want to do that to whoever or whatever the situation is, and everyone's all talking about it. Then eventually it blows over and nobody's talking about it anymore and everyone goes back to business, right? But the thing is, and this is I just gave a speech last night, and this is one of the things that I talk about. It's about discipline. It's called The Third Day. If you follow you've seen my TED Talk on it or read my book or listened to my podcast, you heard me talk about it. But even though everyone gets all excited when there's this big situation that takes people from here to here, or there's this big drop off or a big jump, either one, people get excited about that. The real challenge, the real thing that people really need to be paying attention to, that they don't pay enough attention to, is the slow progression. The slow progression from bad to good, or the slow progression from good to bad. From bad to great. From bad to good, or good to great, yeah. Those are, or bad to good, whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying. That's the thing that is usually what happens. That's the one that takes place most often. Meaning, if somebody is not doing well in life, in their situation, is not because some one situation happened one day and they went from at this point to this point. It doesn't happen in one day. And if somebody's doing really well in their situation, even though the ones that we hear about are the sensationalized stories, it's not because they went from down here to up here in one day in one shot. It's usually when somebody's doing really well, it's not because they hit some lottery one day and everything just changed. And if somebody's doing terribly, it's not because they had some devastating incident happen in one day and everything just falls off a cliff. That's not how it works. Those are the ones that we hear about. We hear about it when somebody has some devastating situation. We hear about it when somebody hits the lottery and all of a sudden their whole life changes in 2 minutes. But as you all have heard many of the cliches about it, there is really no such thing as an overnight success. A person becomes an overnight success. Last night, actually, after I gave the speech that I gave, some guy was asking me, have you ever taken any formal public speaking classes, or have you done anything where people taught you how to speak? Did you study it in school? And I had a person ask me last week the same thing about writing. Did you study writing in school? Have you ever taken classes on it? How'd you get good at it? They were giving me compliments by asking me these questions. And both times the answer was no. I had not taken any formal classes on it. Nobody specifically sat me down and taught me. But it's because I've been doing these videos for 15 years, because I've been writing, blogging every day for all these years, writing books, doing this stuff, sending emails all the time. I slowly got better at it, so that 15 years into the game, people are coming up to me like, man, you're so good. How'd you get so good at it? It's because I've been doing this shit every fucking day all this time. It's not because I just gave one speech. One day I'm going to give some speech. I'm telling you right now. One day I'm going to give a speech in front of some audience. It doesn't have to be a big audience, but there's going to be certain people in that audience. They're going to amplify my name and the word and the material, and all of a sudden a whole bunch of people are going to be saying my name who never heard of me, and it's going to be like, damn, Dre became this success seemingly overnight. But it's this video right here that maybe only some people are going to know about, some people will pay attention to. And the combination of me doing this all the time for years is what's going to create that opportunity for success, so that when I get that chance in front of those right people, I'm prepared to deliver. It's the same thing with anything that you write. It's the same thing with playing sports. It's the same thing in business. That is the slow progression of doing it over and over and over again every day. That's really what creates the success. It's not the one big moment, the big bang moment that happens that everybody seems to be looking for, that one moment that you're waiting for everything to happen. Stop waiting for that. The moment is right now. Every day, do the work. Every day, show up. Every day, stay committed to what you're committed to, and over time, it will start to build up. Your only job is to just keep doing it. Your only job is to keep showing up. Even if nobody's reading, if nobody's watching, if nobody's listening, if nobody's subscribing, whatever it is you're after and it's not happening, nobody's buying, just keep creating. As long as you keep creating, or whatever you're doing, whatever the work is, whatever the job is, just keep doing the job. Eventually, it will start to build up. And when somebody finally notices you, they're going to look at your track record. They're going to want to see, what has this person been doing? Has this person just show up today, or has this person been putting in work? And when they see you've been putting that work in, they're going to say, okay, I see you're consistent. I see you're for real about this. Then the opportunities come. That's how it works. Work on your game.